to my total makeover video on using Corel Paint Shop Pro X6. I have a picture of my sister again, which I'm going to use to show you all about the makeover tool. So I've learned to use this past tools, and also how to edit eyes, which is something a little bit different. So I'm going to take you through the best that I can, kind of how the steps to changing or making over a face. So first thing I'm going to choose, I chose the makeover tool, and I chose a toothbrush. So it's a little tricky, since you could tell if I selected the dropper brush that the teeth almost have the same tone as some of the skin. So sometimes it picks up parts of the face too. So there we see teeth whitening, and here it's probably gone too far. Just a second, it's working. Too far, yeah. So back it up. So if we zoom out here, teeth have a bit of a difference. Now there is something in here that I'd like to fix later. If we move over to the blemish fixer, this is something that I've learned to come really in handy. So this is where I've gotten rid of parts. So up here I have the size and strength set. The size is pretty small, so I'm just going to make it a tiny bit bigger. And I'm going to start as soon as this is ready here. Malfunction with technology. Okay, here we go. So I have the selector tool here. So all I do is click on the part that I want it to work on, and it selects from the outer circles around it. So I'm going to get rid of her nose ring, any blemishes that she has. Here. I'm also going to work on her eyes. So I want to start on the outside so that it pulls the lighter skin color into the center. And I do this with quick little movements, and it blends them all together. Oh, sometimes you have to be careful and back up, because it'll pull parts that you don't really want it to pull. Just back it up one. Perfect. Back up. And I'm going to make this size a little bit smaller to work into these smaller areas even smaller. There. Perfect. So if you zoom out, you can tell a huge difference from this eye to this eye. So I'm going to actually just quickly do this eye. I'm not going to work on as good of a job, since you kind of see the full effect on the other eye. Let's be careful. Back it up. Now this is something that takes a lot of practice to get used to. You have to start off slow, definitely at the beginning, like I'm doing. Depends on the angle of the face. It's a lot. You can speed up as you get used to it. I like to make sure that when I'm doing this, I have a smooth texture, because if you were to enlarge something like this, you would definitely be able to tell. So I'm just doing this really quickly to show you kind of how it works and the motions that it takes. And this should be good for right now. Definitely would put more time into it, but you can see kind of how that works. So we have done blemish. Oh, right up on her hair here, there's a little dot. We'll get rid of that. Perfect. Okay, so then moved on to the suntan. So I actually don't mind the color right now, but just to show you kind of how it looks. Just wait for it to apply. There, that's kind of how it looks. Now, something I'd also take into account is her arms compared to her face, the color. So I'll go ahead and do one over here too. Perfect. Okay. So now that I've kind of worked through those three, there's also an eye drop tool on here. But from the video tutorials that I've worked on, I kind of find it better to do it a different way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, if it's going to let me here, it saves portions of it while you're working. As soon as this is ready here, whenever I screencastify, it slows my program way down, which is unfortunate, which is part of the reason I haven't been doing a lot of these. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to use the selections tool, and I like to use freehand, or I can use the smart selection tool, which I'm just getting used to. So I'm going to show you kind of how freehand works. Sometimes it's a little funky, so I'm going to zoom right in. Give it a second to start here. Highlight the eye. Give it a second. Perfect. Now, I talked about this in my blog post. When I'm working on eyes, I like to do them both at the same time. So what I do is I press the shift button and see the little plus that comes up. That means that I'm working on two eyes at once. Multiple selections at once. So I'm just gonna, it's lagging a little bit here. Draw around. And give it a second. Oh, this is really slow. Keep going. Oh my goodness, this is like watching paint dry. Okay, there we go. So both eyes selected. They're both selected at the same time. What I do is I go up to adjust. Oh my goodness. Okay, adjust, and I go to unsharp mask. Now, I'm going to unpreview it. So right now, I have the strength and radius not that high, but I'm going to crank it up. And immediately you'll be able to tell the difference on the eyes. So preview an image is off. Now it's on. Looks kind of weird. Now if you do this setting, it also makes it look a little bit different. It pulls out more of the gray in the eye. So I'm going to do select. And that's my final product. So it takes a bit of work to do it, especially when the program is moving quite slowly, but definitely you get the hang of it, and it's really quite cool. Look forward to my next video, and thanks for watching.